Hello and welcome. This is going to be a bit of a love reading if we can get the cards to cooperate. Let's take a moment and open up, take a deep breath and let it out. Settling your energies. Let's start out with an oracle card and see what the initial theme or advice is. We have 22. Take note. Your answers are being given to you. Quieting external voices and excessive noise will give you the chance to hear what is being offered. So I would say if you've been listening to tons of other people's advice or not taking your own instincts as the paramount guidance, I think that you need to get back into yourself and reconnect yourself to your own personal authority as well as the authority of your guides and your guidance system, however that is for you. It's not that your friends and family would intentionally give you bad advice. I mean, maybe. I know I've gotten some bad advice and I know I've given some bad advice because we can't know all of the factors in a situation generally. So that said, what's on the bottom? Number 7, dancing in the rainbow. Break free from whatever you feel is holding you back. Express happiness and find out what you truly desire. It's a gorgeous card. So I kind of feel that what we're looking at here is something that's bringing you a lot of peace and a lot of hope and happiness, and it has the potential for potentially unlocking your inner beingness. And what I was getting out of the other 3 cards that are here, as well as what's under the deck here, let me show you these. They came out together. I was getting that you may be doing something with your life and with your love nature particularly, possibly, that other people that you know or that are in your generational line, or the people that are perhaps trying to give advice or that you're trying to get their opinions about something, that this is something that they have not gotten some type of understanding of this situation, so they're not prepared to give you the insight. Let's say that you have everybody that you're talking to has a very specific perspective. Like one person's been married for eons to their childhood sweetheart, and then the other person has been divorced 5 times. And so they both have good advice to give based on their circumstance. But if you're having some type of 5D telepathic type of vibration here, then there's something that there is no template for what you're experiencing perhaps. So what we have here is the benefactor, grace and generosity. That's the number 3. We have 57, unmarked trail, revelation. And 17, eyes of the needle, or eye of the needle, intentionality. So I was seeing that here with grace and generosity, I feel like there is a great love coming your way, and that many other individuals that we've already talked about and everywhere in between have very mundane and perhaps even more simple needs than your own. The higher you climb in the consciousness scale, the more intention needs to be set for yourself and for those that are interacting in crucial, critical levels with your life. You know, if they're going to live at your house, it has quite a bit to do with your inner peace. And I'm sensing with this that you are an individual that is a healer in some type of a way, and that you have been quite selfless in your experiences, in being the compassionate individual, being the healer, being the glue that holds situations together, being the doer, the seer, the feeler, the contributor, the volunteer. Fill in the blank with whatever is coming to mind here. But in that you're so available and so selfless that other individuals who are not in that space have come to depend, and in some cases be a little overly demanding of your time, energy, and attention. And this does not mean that anybody is bad, but that you are operating on a level that they don't understand at the surface level. And so you're being asked to consider what needs to shift and change. And if you get into the heart of the matter, to this dancing in the rainbow energy, what is it that you truly believe and what is it that you're here to do? I feel that redirecting your energy away from things that tend to just create more chaos, confusion, or misdirection in your life based on people who are not walking the pathway that you are choosing to walk, that straight and narrow, um, that healers, shamans, light workers, starseed, whatever you may identify with here, there is something about your journey that has pushed you to be so giving and so generous of your time, space, and attention that at this time you're almost being, it's being insisted that you take a pause to reflect and to manifest, perhaps even by writing or by art, drawing, music, something such as that. Meditation, crucial. Time in nature, absolutely. And to understand what it would feel like in your core to have somebody as gorgeous, intentional, generous, and graceful come into your life to be your person. And I feel like that is the manifestation, that is the vision that you're holding about what it would take for you to dance in the rainbows, is that very, very romantic, romanticized perfection, but not in the way that others would view it. And that doesn't mean that it's unable to come to you. Last night I watched the older movie. I think it came out in 98 or something, Practical Magic. It's such a cute movie, so twisted and delightful. And from an early age, one of the girls wrote down in a journal her perfect love so that she could be saved from the curse of that love being taken too soon. And so, no spoilers here, but basically, she has done this to be self-protective because she came up with all of these hoops for the universe to jump through to bring her this perfect love. And in that way, she was, whether you take it as like restricting and holding everything else that did not suit that vision, you know, at arm's length, she still ended up falling in love at one point. Again, no spoilers, right? So how can I convey this? But it didn't, her manifestation didn't protect her from the pain of real life situations. And ultimately, it's a happy ending. So she gets this deep love in her life. And so whether someone is trying to interfere or, you know, set you up with somebody and just be like, you know, I know they're not perfect, but yeah, go there, go there, go there. It'd make us so happy if you were in a situation here that we could just check that off our list and then we wouldn't have to think about you. It's very dismissive when people want to set you into a circumstance that would make them feel more comfortable, that they could feel like they could check off your happiness. It's interesting, is it not? but it looks like there's this unmarked trail that you've been walking. And if you are one who says, you only say yes when it's a holy hell yes, there's this card. I need to get that deck. But yeah, it's coming through as that. It's like being able to keep your energy for yourself until such time that it's like, oh yes, this is for me. And so intentionality, eye of the needle. It's like in order to make it through this portal into the divine blessings, you've had to perhaps believe in something that others couldn't see, the unsee, the unspeakable, the unknowable. And here we have 38, many masks, and the authentic self. I feel like you've had to mask portions of yourself. Need is I guess you call that an operative word. You could switch that out. We've worn these masks for other people's comfort, like, oh no, you don't have to do for me, I'm just doing this out of the goodness of my heart, perhaps over giving. And now it's time to pull that back, to invoke your polite declaration to the universe that, I deserve more, and it's time for that to come through. The many masks is also telling me that you've had to have experiences in love and life where you thought an individual was wearing the mask of your manifestation, but it turned out that they were just a regular old human. Who knew? And it seems that we're looking for those superhuman type traits that happen in the simplest of forms. I'm hearing this song. What is that? Oh, it's such a good one. I don't need no superhero, just somebody I can miss, somebody I can kiss. I'm butchering it right now. I'll share it later. It's so cute and adorable. And so I'm also sensing that this is also soulmate energy, and it could be that the individual that you've been conjuring throughout this time has been somebody that you've interacted with before, whether this is known to you or not. So let's get into this. Let's get some archetypal cards on both sides here. Let's start with you. Where's your energy in the archetypal? Oh, dropped on the ground. So we've got the Pilgrim. Yeah, you've been on a journey, seeing things from the core of your understanding, and maybe even masking because others won't understand the gravity of the necessity for the purity and the answering of your intentionality here. I'm also seeing some type of a ribbon where you wear the ribbon to commemorate some type of cause. I'm seeing prayer beads. So you're in the Pilgrim energy, and also Althea. Althea is this black and white type understanding, this very yin yang, and it has the double roses and the oppositional energies, but connected by the stem, connected by the core. So we can be talking about a number of things here, but Althea has to do with the truth. And so you're on a pilgrimage, a mission to find what's true and honest and meaningful. And it's like nothing else will do. You can try to kind of avert your eyes from realities, but you can't deceive the core of you because you're living a life of such high level truth and understanding. Nothing less than the best will soothe the seeking. Look at that. Number one, the mother. I was also sort of seeing with this connected by a string. This could be a family situation here, a return, a healing situation, and especially with this unmarked trail being something that others haven't done. It may be members of your family or something that your mother or or parent was not really able to understand or to get in their life some high level love and respect and dignity and co-creative, cooperative, collaborative effort in their life. But it looks like whether your mother is in spirit or otherwise, there is some compassion coming forward for your manifestation and for respect for the way that you are feathering your nest and the way that you are taking care of yourself in that sovereign, empowered wholeness that you are in this moment, waiting for something without becoming stagnant. Let's look into the energy of who and what you are attracting with all of this energy. With the Althea card too, it does guard us against judgments and expectation energy. I say this because we're talking about such a lofty manifestation that we need to be careful of not becoming blind to things on the surface. Oh, there that comes. So your package may be delivered in a way that seems not the right way, and you're going to potentially need to look within underneath something. So it may even be like somebody wants to set you up on a blind date and you're like, oh my gosh, that never ends well. I've seen that movie. It may come through in some type of unexpected way. So maybe there's a way to kind of vet out that opportunity without shutting it down, so that you are actually politely declaring to the universe that, okay, you know what I'm out for, you know what I'm not down for. If this is an opportunity that will advance my cause, then allow it to manifest. And if not, please stand in the way and redirect us to a higher, better endpoint. We have the healer under the deck here. Oof. So who and what your create, or excuse me, I keep trying to say the card's name. Who and what you're attracting is someone who is, ooh, I got shivers just now looking at the back card. Let's just get these out here. So, the creator is somebody who is an artist and a manifester. It is somebody who understands that they hold the paintbrush of their life. And so you are so self-made and so personally aware. Your heightened awareness is it's so vast of an understanding that it needs to be somewhat of a poet or an artist in their own way that understands how in charge of their own life they are, so that they don't put that onto you because you've had this overdoing, this giving away of your energy at a very discounted price, which is not in itself a bad thing. It's so beautiful, but so taken in stride and for granted by those who cannot understand or conceptualize the pilgrimage and the alignment that you have, the commitment and soul contract you have to your purpose, your calling, and your spiritual roots. You have lofty expectations for yourself as well. So this person potentially will be connected to you through healing arts or healing environments or healing things, however that happens. You know, you could even go into a doctor's office if that's your thing, or a pharmacy. It could be very 3D. Again, remember that these things could come through in ways that are not expected. It could be someone or some opportunity that has been previously overlooked and comes back around and catches us in a different state of mind, and we can see it. So we see this person has a lot of pain. They may be a bit of a hermit or an introvert. They come out with the tear, the salt of the ocean, and it connects them with the vastness. So for some of you, this person may have heavy Pisces in their chart. And this also represents our ability to create from our spiritual essence and from the collective suffering, and to transmute any of that pain as we witness it and observe it in our world or within ourselves into something quite beautiful and in stark contrast that teases people away from their sadness and suffering into the light again. Maybe Heyoka Empath. I don't see the card that means that one here, but we've got now 32. So what we have, we have 22, 52, 32, and 28, which is a 10. But so the cave here, I think that this person has a lot of sadness and may hide their beauty and their grace behind a very simple veneer or unassuming type of expression. So they don't wear it on their sleeves, and they also take a lot of time for self-introspection. They may have a gorgeous home with a little sanctuary of their own, because healing space, time and space, some type of studio space is very important to them. And here we have the shadow. So this to me talks quite a bit about this Althea energy here. So this person may have dealt with a lot of difficulty in being understood by the masses, and so they may have this shadow that they employ on purpose to obscure their light. So they may invoke the shadow so that they don't attract negative attention to themselves. I can kind of understand how that would happen. And so part of your truth, wow. So I'm kind of seeing an individual that I do know that found it so important to tell me about the difference of how he would try to buy a woman a drink when he was in his work clothes, which he has a very physical job, but he's also the boss and many other things. But he would come in dirty and try to buy a girl a drink, and she turned her nose up. And then that weekend he came in dressed up and looking a little bit better, and she approached him and was like, "Oh, hey, you want to buy me that drink?" And he's like, no. And so there's something here that's an interesting exchange of information happening between the two of you. Let's see, on the 5th dimensional level, what is connecting the two of you in this healing energy? I feel like this is a healing love for the two of you. Ooh, you may both be starseeds or connected with somewhat of the new UAP ambassador movement, where ready or not, here they come. Oh, whew. Chills again. The portal keeper. Oh my gosh. So here we have this. It's like it's giving me both Men in Black as well as like Egyptian type cat that's aware and can speak. And so it's like, don't some people say that our cat's alien or cat's multidimensional? I'm laughing about this in the moment, but as if to say, like, what if all of the pets were actually starseeds as well, and they just spoke a different language? Okay. All right, Dina. That's what this deck does to me. So the portal keeper. It's like, as I was saying, the ambassadors for the movement. Have you been to Mount Shasta? If you have, I do believe that there's energy that continues to travel with us, that we are imbued with some type of information on the very deep level when we enter into spaces. It's like we talked about fractal embedding of the electron. It's like the gnosis comes to us. Like if we walk into a room, we can read the room, most of us, on some level. And that's kind of what I'm feeling here, is that part of this hiding of information is to keep oneself protected from negative attention. And I feel like some of this may be related to the starseed origins being quite otherworldly, never quite meshing with the consciousness of the third dimensional beings here in some way. So we'll go ahead and put that one out for you as well. Ooh, surrender to your inner alien. Do you know the truth about this? You've been on this pilgrimage for a long time, and it's kind of caused you to really overextend previously because of your ability to understand the higher information than others have been exposed to. And we'll just take a peek here. We've got surrender on the back of that deck, wanting to flip again. Surrendering to what we have. Interesting. Okay, we've got Earth, nurture, nature. So perhaps you're a starseed here nurturing Earth in some type of a way, developing your inner verse, your sanctuary, clearing out your will center, your humility center, your giving and receiving center, and becoming this radiant illumination as you stand in your full enlightened potential and power. And this, I feel, is going to help the two of you recognize each other if you have not already come into contact with each other. It's because of this power up energy where you're standing larger than life. And here we have this star seer energy. So to me, this is this divine assistance helping us to climb the ladder back into the portal keeper realm here. It's like she is also connected with us. This is the viewer here, potentially connected with their higher self, helping their lower earthly self to connect to their star seed origins. So this comes out also with our ancient future, talking about that Egyptian, the hieroglyphs and the knowledge that has been kept secret. They've also found hieroglyphs and Egyptian knowledge in the Grand Canyon area. So I've heard, again, entertainment purposes only. But this is something quite possibly about our potential to assist people to make this transition here. And part of this relationship is related to that. Let's get our other individual, who or what we are attracting. Oh, we have this journey to wholeness. This one needs a little crop top on her. And this one to me is a chakra activation and unlocking and unleashing our ability to express. So remember, this person here has been in a position of hermit, hiding, and perhaps even smoke to appear in one way on the surface, but ultimately has all of this dynamic inner information, waveform information coming forward in the coming phase. Solar plexus chakra, radiant illumination. So the light is hitting them in a new way, lighting them up in a different way. And it's pushing them to come out of hermit in some type of way, potentially to reach out to yourself. Yeah, shine your light. How beautiful is that, with journey to wholeness and that luminant radiance, the violet flame. So this healer energy and the violet flame, it kind of talks about how the two of you are really able to unlock something within each other. There may be a collaborative venture as far as like healing the earth through these whatever starseed energy needs to speak through you and express through you. This person's coming online and you're holding the portal. And so there's this new attraction that brings you back together here. We've got chemistry, chakra activation. That's definitely this return to wholeness here. Ooh, live a life full of love and light, but still master the throat punch. I'm going to put that on your side here. Because it looks like you've been overgiving and taking other people's considerations above your own intuition. Somebody's looking at your pictures or you're looking at theirs. Taurus could be someone in the mix here. We're running short on time, so let's just get a couple more cards here and see what final messages the universe wants to say. What's coming forward in the coming phase with this new attraction? Ooh, we've got the initials I, J, K, L. We've got, I knew this was going to come out. I was thinking of it when I was asking the questions. The green light is coming forward for possibly a Taurus. Moving out of inner conflict, the urge to hide or to not know. You know the answers. Remember, we're taking no and we need to get silent. We need to retreat from the rat race to be able to clue into the messages that we're receiving. Somebody feels you near them or vice versa when you are miles apart. So there is some telepathy here in the situation. And what about timing? Do we have any timing cards? Somebody's having this glow up energy. I think it's both of you. We saw that power up card coming more so on your side. And then we have this journey to wholeness and shining the light and being more personally expressive and outgoing from the other side. So somebody's been possibly a little shy. All right, but there's an illumination. There's a revelation happening here. And maybe this creator is coming forward with something that they have developed in their inner reflection time that will hit your soul in a very powerful way. We have completion, leveling up with the solar plexus chakra, which did come out on this side already. Awakening. There's a wake-up call where you guys are coming together perhaps. The feminine has some mature energies supporting her, especially if this is a return or reunion, which it could absolutely be even if you've never met, because we already talked about the soul connection and how you guys have perhaps been walking many different life journeys together. And it seems that you really know the truth of this. And this may be something that you've held very secretly because others would ridicule you for believing in this. So very interesting. So what can we know that needs to come forward? Because I feel some doubts and some mundane issues standing in the way of this. Oof, you're so hot. All right, if you insist. All right, we've got building confidence. Work on yourself in this coming phase, because what is destined for you